All right, it looks like it's working. I haven't used this V recorder in a while. I'm not sure if the audio will come out, but I am going to talk today about Tesla and a ETF called LABU that I'm trading, but it's also LABD. But let me talk about Tesla first. Okay, so here's the chart I look at is Weeble. Pre-market it went as high as 179.25. Will it get back there? I don't know. It dropped to 163 and change. I'm seeing if it hits this this 50-day moving average here, this line. Oops, that's pretty bad. Hang on. Let me see if I can do a better job. Oh, pretty close. All right, so as it kind of makes its way back up here, I'm going to see if it breaks that, right, and then continues back up is what I'm looking at, which is pretty close. So as it's doing that, testing that line, back over here, one of the hedges I have, I already sold some of my TSLQ, but TSLQ is, does the opposite of what TSLA is, which is Tesla. Okay. So if I hit TSLQ, it says up here at the top, it's an investment manager series, Trust 2 AXS Tesla Bear Daily ETF. Well, that's all that really matters. It's an ETF. So this ranges, the lower it goes, Tesla goes, the higher this ETF will go up, and it's an inverse. So I sold some shares this morning. This is a daily, of where I'm at. I'm sorry, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Daily's return. Okay, so today's return versus total return and percentage change. I'm using Robinhood here to trade this. So Tesla, I'm down $466 today on just this 100 shares. That's what I have that I'm trading right now. I can add another 200 shares, but I mean my average cost is 139, right? So there's no point in me doing that right now because I'm still above it. So what I'm trying to do is just make money on the way of my core shares. And the way I do that is I sell covered calls. I mean, this is really far out. It's June of 2025. I never intend to do that. But you can see that even though I am down here, 450, 500, 400, whatever that does, I'm almost up equivalent to that on the other side. I know that's, again, bad drawing, but let me try that again. All right. So whatever it's doing there in Tesla, the calls of those 100 shares I have, I'm trying to make up some of those losses there because this will go up and down fast, but I can lock this in at any point, okay? And in addition to that, whatever this is doing, TSLQ, I'm also making up some money there. So between this and this, I'm basically offsetting that in the middle. Now, I've already sold some of these TSLQ shares because as I watch this chart, you can see it got rejected, so it's going to probably test it again. I'm seeing if it's going to break over that, and then maybe I'll sell the other 100 shares because I want to lock in whatever few $100 I have left, and then I'll wait again, until this RSI drops. You can see there at the bottom. If I draw, it's going to kind of cover it up, but down there at the bottom, it drops below the 30 into the 20 RSI, and then it kind of pops back up again and goes up and down. So that's kind of the plays I make on the trends. But I watch that, and I kind of try to lock that in because these shares, it's going up and down, and I don't really care because I'm not selling these 100 shares. I'm just using them as core shares. And if it drops below the 139 average, I will add more. So I am making a few bucks on these puts, but it's not enough to even really brag about or talk about. So if I was to buy back this call, right, because I sold it at 180, which is still higher than my average cost, but I don't have any intentions of holding this call till expiration. So right now it says I'm up $439. So if it drops further, I'll make more money. And what that means is I can buy it back for less than what I sold it for, right? So I sold it at $61.27, which is $6,127. And up here it's at $56.75. So it's a delta of 450, 400, 500. It kind of fluctuates. So I am waiting to see, what happens there. But it says I'm up today mostly because of this LABU, which is what I'll get to next. Now, I've been debating with these LABU shares if I should sell some or hold off. Still retesting. So I'm going to go back to my watch list. It's up 7%. I mean, it was down 15% on LABU, right? So XBI is the the main stock, and then LABU and LABD, kind of are derivatives off of this. Okay, so LABU right now, I am into it for 3,300 shares. My average cost I put right here is $5.85, and I had a little pop this morning, but I'm watching it because my strategy now, it is above this 50-day moving average, which is just an indicator. It's also above the 9-day moving average. So to me, that's a good sign that if it holds up here, it's possible that it kind of will start to make its way back up. You know what I mean? And get above my average. So I just got to be careful so I don't leave money on the table. So I'm up $1,200 right now, but I'm not really up $1,200 because I'm down $1,600. But this was earlier, I was down $3,000, right? Man, my arrows suck. But I was down $3,000. All right, so today I'm up $1,200, but I'm still overall I'm down $1,700, and that could change in a moment's notice. So of my 3,250 shares, I have to say, okay, do I want to, in the meantime, sell a covered call? I could go a month out, 2 months out, maybe June 16th, and my average cost again is $5.85. So let's say I went to $6, I'd still make money. Seems to be a little bit of interest there. So if I sold 30 contracts and I held it through June, then I could make $2,700 if it closed below $6. But I don't think it will. But if it drops lower again, I can just buy them back, just like I did before at a lower price. So that's the reason why I was interested in it. It's not because I don't think that LABU will be trading below $6 in June. It could be. What I'm interested in is collecting this premium, and then this premium to drop. If it goes back below $4 again, then there'll be a delta of $200-300, $500, and that's just like the Tesla one I showed you, and I can buy it back at a cheaper price. Okay, I wish that this was closer. This expiration date was March 17th, but I really wouldn't make any money. You can see here, like if I go, okay, $6 here between now and when is this expire? March 17th. So that's next week. So if I said, okay, if it goes to $6 by next week, and I sold 30 contracts at, that's a pretty tight spread, I'd make $450. $450 plus on my computer here. Let me just do. So $6 as well. It's 15 cents, right? So plus 15 cents. So plus 15 cents times 3,000 shares is another $450. So I'd make $850 gross profit if it didn't close above $6. If it did close above $6 between now and the 17th, which is next Friday. So that's something to consider, right? That's something to consider. But I'm watching this price action of what it does as an amateur retailer trader that tries to make a couple $100 a day if I can. If I make more than that, that's great. Sometimes I do, but I'm just looking at these trends and seeing what. Oh, jeez. I'm just seeing what this does, how this plays out over the next 30 minutes, and see if this is going to retest this 550. Kind of where I'm thinking it's possible is if it breaks out. So with the Webull app, if you scroll over a bit, you get past the last high point. So it looks like this $5.37 is the high so far, if you go back, so this is going back, so the previous day was 571, right? It opened at 571 or right around 570, right? 566. So that's what it looks like it opened at, 566. So from the previous day, if it retests 566, then, that's good if it breaks that. Right now, it seems to be on an uptrend, which is why if I go back over here, this number you can see is changing. It's going up 15 cents. Before it was 14, now it's 15. Just on whatever strike date or whatever date, expiration date, and whatever strike price you pick, this will move up higher the higher the share price goes. So I'm watching that, and then in the meantime, this profit for the day is going up because Tesla is going up. Now you can see TSLQ, look, my profit has gone down because Tesla is going up. So if I jump back in, and this is something I got to watch, you can see Tesla is kind of making its way back up. It's got over that 50-day moving average, which to me is just a indicator. The candle hasn't closed above it, and that is what I'm going to look and see next. Is it going to close above the 50-day moving average, or is it going to get rejected and go back beneath it? So I probably would sell my TSLQ within the next 15 minutes to 30 minutes if it keeps going up to retest this 175.50. All right, so no point in me leaving money on the table. I won't make much, but I'm still up a couple $100, so I'd like to lock that in if it's not going to reverse. So again, inverse, Tesla, negative 285, 200, 300, right? TSLQ, I make up some of that, and then I'm selling my covered call with no intention of waiting till expiration. I'm just going to buy it back at a cheaper price, and that is, the game plan is just basically this right here. This right here, my horrible arrow, is going to offset this, right? And then overall, this is just a little bonus, right, for 100 shares. So that's my strategy, is to be up more than I'm down as these share price climb up or down, because these other little plays that I make are really just based off of whatever this is doing, right? So I'm just basically selling these calls at the higher point and collecting premiums and then buying them back. And same thing here when Tesla TSLA is on its way down. I try to buy some shares. I'll buy 100 to 300 shares of TSLQ and try to gain some profits there. So that ultimately this number here will keep climbing regardless of what I'm doing. All right, that's what I got. I hope that's helpful. I'll see you guys next time.